Okay, first, thanks for coming over to this event. I actually want to highlight to you all that actually we are here to assist all agents in terms of CBD classes and also mediation issues and things like that. So if you wish to know more about what IEA is actually helping in the real estate agent industry, you can visit the website at www.iea.sg, or as well as joining us as being part of the membership, where you'll be exposed to more of this kind of networking events. We actually benefit to the industry as well as the agent itself. Okay, so the whole idea is actually make the whole industry more healthy, everyone knowing more and actually benefiting more over this. Actually, I was just for another sneak preview also. We actually going for our highlighting on the next networking event, which is actually in 17 March. Okay, which this is actually the latest Law Society Condition of Sales 2020. Okay, this is something which I think all of us is very concerned about, because CA just announced the new changes for the condition of sales. Okay, please watch out for it. You might want to actually look up on the website, or also maybe leave your info with us so we can actually update you with all these details. Not only this, we also have been having some other certified courses like this. One of our certified courses in marketing of foreign property. Okay, which actually will give you 4 professional CBD points. Okay, which is also another one will be some interesting one, which is like creative real estate photography, even robotics for property agents, and also influencing words in real estate and negotiation. All this information you can find on our website, which actually stay very clearly and actually very details in our website. To be updated more frequently, you can actually consider to join. You can actually use the QR code here, or also use the link here, which actually later we will share in our group chat as well. Just one more thing before I think I've got a slide position wrong. We have relocated to Marina Square. So for those who are actually wondering if we are still in HDB Hub, we are sorry. We actually moved to the city at Marina Square 03-308. Okay, but still you can reach us from our website or even to our contact or emails. Okay, I think meanwhile, I think you guys have been waiting a bit a while. So let me pass the slides to Chris, where he will actually introduce more about JetVal and how this will benefit the agents. Okay.
Thanks very much, Shaw. Thank you very much for your introduction, and good afternoon to all the members of IEA. And thanks for the opportunity to have this demo of the JetVal product this afternoon. So I'll just give you a bit of sort of background and overview about the product, and then my colleague Justin Moe then will run through a demo with you. So essentially, JetVal has been in the Singapore market as a product going on sort of 18 months, 2 years now. It's something that that we co-created with our digital partner, and so essentially it has been a collaboration where what we did was we wanted to create greater transparency within the Singapore market from a valuation standpoint, because the current tools which are available for various market participants, be it consumers, be it agents, be it bankers, largely what's available out there is typically what we call an automated valuation model, which from a valuation standpoint aren't the most accurate or technical assessments of value available to you. And so when we developed this platform, we took the view that if we can make the assessment of value or indication of value freely available to all, this is for the betterment of the industry, and it could be quite exciting. So essentially, it's a digital platform which you as agents you have access to, and you can send through requests for value, which will go through to a qualified valuer, who then will respond to you in real time. And so it obviously differs quite greatly from sort of those other sorts of products out in the market, and it can be utilized, and it's quite a powerful tool in many ways, because and that's what Justin will take you through, because it can be utilized quite well for all your various agent activities. And then also at the end of that, if there is also the opportunity, should you have a requirement for a formal valuation, you can also order and pay for that. But certainly the indication component of it is a free service to all agents. So with that, what I'll do is I'll just hand over to my colleague Justin, who will now run through a working demonstration of the JetVal app. Justin?
Hi, thanks, Chris. Can everyone, am I unmute? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can't.
Okay.
We can't hear you.
You can hear me, right? Okay, can. Okay, so I'll be sharing the demonstration. I'll be doing the demonstration now. Can you guys see my mobile screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, can. Okay. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. So I'm Justin here. I'll be demonstrating the app for you guys. So as you can see, right, JetVal can be found in both, can be downloadable by in both iOS and also Android. So this is our JetVal logo. And so once you download, right, it's very easy to sign up as an agent. You just need to input your CA license number and also your registered mobile number that is being tagged to CA. And then from there, they will send you a SMS code for you guys to verify. And then once then, you'll be brought to this homepage of JetVal. So basically, for JetVal, right, if you were to click this in this dashboard, there you can see there is new valuations, my valuations, contact, support chat, and also the sign out. So as Chris said, so we co-created this JetVal app is because we want to actually assist agents more in terms of getting indicative value faster, and not because by the traditional way where agents will have to send their property addresses to actually their bankers, and then the bankers will actually ask the valuers for the indication, and then from there, once the valuer reply, it will actually go back to the banker, and the banker go back to the agent. So what we are creating here is a closed loop where from this app, agents can use this app and request indicative where you can actually address it to the banks or even bankers and to the valuers directly. So let me bring you through a working demo, like how can you do this. So first, it's very easy and user-friendly to use. What you need to do is that if you have a new valuation, so you just need to click a new valuation request, and then simply just key in the address of the property. You can key in many ways, like how other platforms or website you can, or even Maps, Google Maps as well. You can key in via the street name or the project name or the postal code. Any way that is you prefer, you can just key in through there, and then a drop-down box will be pulled down for you guys to actually choose which one you are looking for. So say I'm searching on the 56 Sengkang Square, La Fiesta. And then the unit number that I'm interested to look for indicative is 0415. So basically our app also runs through a few databases behind the scene, one of which is Google Map and One Map, which is to ascertain the address, as well as SingPost. So they will verify whether the block, and they'll pick up the block and the unit number that the stack that the block has. So this is one way where agents can actually cross-check information which the client give you. So say that if the client give you block 56 and 0415, where and then if there is if you give you a 17, say for example, but there is no 17 as you can see from this drop-down list, right? It means that the unit number is not correct lah. So this is one cross-check where agents can actually use this. So another one is, as you can see, when I type in 0415, it automatically populates the property type, floor area. So this is running off the real list. So as long as So as long as from 1995 onwards, if there's a caveat being lodged on the property unit itself, you will be able to populate through this the floor area and the property type will be able to be populated. But if you don't see any population, it means that there's no caveat being lodged during this time. So simply what you can do is actually you can just simply key in the property type and the floor area, as you know, and then you continue from there. So another one that you can see is the purpose. So we created this field for you guys actually is to better understand what you guys need, so that we can actually better give you a better indicative guide. So say for example, there is a sale, purchase, refinance, CPF withdrawal, transfer of shares, audit, financing, reporting, stamp duties, estate duties. These are the few examples of purpose that you guys can choose. So if you guys were to choose the purpose, we can actually better give you indicative based on that purpose itself. So because as we have described, this is a hybrid kind of indicative model where our actual valuers are behind the scene giving the actual indicative on the property itself, and it's not totally automated. So yeah, so for, let's say for example, if you are doing for stamp duty wise, right, we will actually give you the indicative value that is actually lower or more towards, because as you are paying for stamp, right? And then say for example, if you want for refinancing purpose, and then we can actually cater the indicative towards that. It's better, and then we recommend all of you guys to actually use this purpose so that we can actually tailor better our indicative value for you guys. If not, what we'll do is that we'll just give a very conservative fair market value kind of indication. Then from there, through your needs, you can actually see how to further use the indicative through this app. Okay, so let's say now I want to check the sale price. I'm selling for this client, and I want to check the sale price for the indicative price for this owner. And then the next one, there's next field is the asking purchase price. So we also included this field is because like I say, if there is let's say your owner has a asking price, or if the transaction is going to be concluded, and then there's a purchase price in, and then you just want to have give a safe and confident reply to the buyer, that they can confidently say that you can take a loan upon this value that you're going to purchase. So for that, you can actually key in the purchase price that is going to be concluded for your site. So that because we are in our firms here in Cushman & Wakefield, also Primas Valuers, we are in major bank panels. So this acts as a guarantee for you guys, say that at least one valuation firm is actually supporting this value for this property itself, so that you can give a certain assurance to your client that definitely when they go to the bank to ask for a loan, definitely there's at least one valuer there already being able to, support this value. Yeah, and also there's also a remarks column here. This column actually is created for you guys to actually give us, say, more information on the property. So like if you guys have more information, say the renovation is done recently, like how much you spent, actually you can just key in here, or short description will be fine, or however detailed you want. So some agents actually just copy paste their property guru description and then paste into this remarks column. It's also you can do that. And then once as much possible, if there is much more information given to us, right, we can actually ascertain a better, closer indicative value for you guys. So if there is a renovation done, say in year 2016 for prox maybe 60K, yeah, you can actually key in this detail, and then it will flow to our valuers, which we will take into consideration. So thereafter, then you can see this finance indication tab. So like I said, we also created this in mind that we want to create a closed environment with the agents, bankers, and also the valuers. So for this app, right, for this function, this is basically for, say, if your client, you know that they want to take a DBS loan, for instance, you can actually toggle this on, and then you can change, and then from our directory, right? These are the banks that's currently collaborating with us, and they are on the JetVal system as well. So say if your client want to take a Maybank loan, and then if you're working with a particular banker that you know, you can actually select them and actually mark them as a favorite banker lah. So that next time you'll be pre-saved into the preload into the page, the indicative page. So say I select Agnes. Agnes is the Maybank banker that I've been working with, and it's very good. So say now I list her as my banker. So what will this do is that once you submit a request, right, this request will automatically flow to the banker's app as well as the valuer's app, the valuer side. So when the valuer reply for indicative, the indicative value will flow to the banker and also to the agent concurrently. So you don't have to, and then afterwards, if you want to work with your banker to actually close the deal and stuff like that, you can actually refer this indicative to her, and then she will have that same indicative that you receive. So for now, we wouldn't tag any banker yet. So let's say, for example, if you're just at a very beginning stage where you are still at your finding, you just got your listings and you just want to know what's the indicative value, and then you don't need a bank, don't need to tag a banker in yet. You can just actually turn it off and then just submit a request. So now I'll just submit a request to get an indication. And then next off, you come off to this page where it says 10 minutes, right? Okay, so for our side, our SLA for strata properties is under 10 minutes, and then for landed, it will be less, it will be within 30 minutes. So non-residential properties. So like I said, this is a hybrid model where our valuers will answer and look at every indication individually. That's why hence it's not immediate like some platform where they use an algorithm to come up with the value. So this is one different thing with other platforms. So with these platforms, we have no limitations in a sense that you can request for landed properties, HDBs, commercial, industrial, or all kinds of property in Singapore that you want to ask for indication. We can actually do that because, like I say, it's being serviced by our actual valuers. Yeah. So, but something to note is that if when you guys were to ask for, say, landed properties like industrial JTC kind of factory, where it's better for you guys to actually give us more information, then we can actually better assess the value for you guys also. Yeah. And then, okay, if you can see my current screen now, there is broken down into three tabs, which is the first one in progress, which is showing the indicative that I've just requested. So it's still being waiting for reply. And then the second one is under review. I'll explain that in a while. And then for complete, these are the completed indication that you have been requested previously, and then it will be stored here. So as you can see from this summary page under complete, right, you can see the address that you previously asked for indication, and also the date you have requested and the indicative being given. And as you can see, there's a V, there's a small V and B blue color mark there. V represents the valuer's name that's indicating on it, and also the B is the one that you are tagging the banker. So yeah, so for instance, like you see the first two, there is no banker, is because I didn't tag any banks. I do not need any banks involvement at this point. Yeah, so these are the various examples. So while we are waiting, let me go through into one done one. So say once a valuation is being replied already, this is a summary page that will be shown to you guys. So this is just indicative value, like so the indicative value will be shown given by our valuer, and also the property type, floor area, tenure, completion date, as according to the caveat that's being lodged before. So this is just an indicative value where you can advise your clients, your sellers, your buyers, to further advise, to give them assurance on, say, they can get a loan at least based on this valuation. So from this page, what can you do, right? So we have actually embedded this function, text format and PDF format. You can export this format into these two forms. say I want to send a PDF format now to my client, and I select the WhatsApp, and then I want to send to Stephanie, say for example. Then I send it. Right, and then this is sent through already. So on the app itself, as you can see, the Stephanie chat, right? This is the PDF indication page that was that's being sent to your client. So actually, it's very free and easy. Like they can see the whole indication format, the whole indication report, like just like this, and then they can see like what's the value wise. So then and then also after this, right? There's also a request review function. So say for example, like now this property, I've just gotten these listings and I just want to ask for indicative, right? And then the indicative now is 1.65. So say for example, if I want to close this unit and there's a genuine buyer coming in at 1.7, so I can simply you can just simply click the request review function, right? And then you change the asking price, the purchase price to 1.7. And then you can click the reason, going to option at 1.7, something like that. And then you submit through again. You can submit through this review to us, and then you'll come back to us again. Like you see just now, the first indication that I've sent through, right? It come back as a reply already. So it's 920,000 for this property. And then the one that I just sent for review, this is what it looked like when you are reviewing that certain the property that you want to ask again. So this app, the good thing about this app is that there is this we imputed this review function for you guys, because our values, like other platforms, they only can know no matter how many times you key in to ask for indicative for address, you always come out the same value unless there is quarterly changes, like there's new comparables, because they are running through algorithm. Whereas ours is actual valuers, where we actually value, and then we can actually value and take in the market sentimental as well, like how is the market moving, how is the market trending, and we can give you like a live update of indicative whether we can do it actually. So yeah, so it's more of an assurance for a client as well, if they want to take a bank loan on the indicative on the valuation on the property. Yep. That's it. So within the dashboard, right, there's also the contact list, where this is the directory of all the bankers that that is participating in this JetVal app. And also, if there is anything stuck in between that you are not sure or not aware of, you can actually utilize the support chat here, and then you can actually type in your questions, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Also, moving on to my valuations, right? Okay, so say coming back to the the indicative that I just requested. Okay, and then now say I advise my client, this is for, say they want to do stamp duty purposes for and then the lawyer need a formal valuation report, which is signed off by a licensed valuer. Simply, you can actually just get full report, and then the payment and everything can be done through the app itself. And then once our site receives the request, we will actually call up to arrange for a formal inspection of the property, and then thereafter we will come up with the valuation report for you guys. Yeah. So this is one way to actually order a full formal valuation for different purposes. Like say if your client need for audit purposes, stamp duty, estate duty, this kind of purpose, right? You can actually utilize this this function to actually get the process moving. So yeah, and then if you want to compare quotes for your client, yeah, you can do that as well, because our fees are all open for you guys to see also. So the fees will vary according to the range of the value. So so if you want to know the formal valuation fees, right, you just will need to simply just register for indicative, and then from there, once we provide you the indicative, you can get the valuation, as in you can get the price of the full formal valuation report. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that is all that I have on my end. Yeah. So it works for all kinds of properties, even landed properties as well, HDB, all kinds of property we will do. Yep.
Okay, thanks, Justin, for the explanation. I think we have a few questions here that might need your
Sure.
your advice and or your reply, lah. Okay, I think one of the questions here is that okay, for landed property,
Yes.
does it work if we do not have the floor area?
Okay.
Because landed
Thanks.
property, most of the time, I think we only have the land size.
Correct. Okay, thank you for the question. So in reply, for the answer, so likewise for landed properties, right? We also the same, like we run through the release data. So and release data only capture the land area. So if you don't have the floor area, right? Of course, as much as possible, it's best for you guys to provide us with the floor area if you have lah. But if you don't have, you can just submit as blank. It's fine. And our site will actually see our record whether we have any past indication on that has, or past valuation being done on that property that has the floor area, and then we will assess the indicative from there. Yeah. But and then if we don't have any, because we have come across some properties that is not being lodged before, there's no much details on that. No, we will post back the indicative to you guys for more information, and then you probably can get information from a client to actually give us the information to assess further lah. But as much as possible, because we are in this line for many years now, our database is quite a bit. So as much as possible, we will try to provide you with the indicative value. But if not, if we ask you for additional information, yeah, you can just provide us and we can reassess from there again.
Okay, I think another interesting question we have here. Okay, the JetVal apps is free, but
Yes.
smaller, because Singapore we have about 1,000 over agency. So technically, we only are seeing a number on the list here in your website. So so can I say that for those who are actually in the IEA or in those agency, they can actually use the apps?
Yes. Okay. So because this app is about, say, I think coming 3 to 4, I think 3 years now. I think or is it 2 to 3 years? Okay. And then we didn't include for the starters, we only include the bigger agency. But for now, no worries. If you can't see your agency being tagged into the front part, right? You can actually submit your agency as in your company, the agency company name into the support chat, and you give us, say, about maybe a few hours, and then we can actually include that into the system already. Sometimes it can be done under quite fast. Yeah. So no worries. If you don't see your agency being tagged there, you can just send us the company name and we will input it for you.
Okay.
So all agencies and agents can actually use this app. Yeah.
Okay. So I think we got quite a fair bit of question here because
No problem.
I think everybody is very interested in JetVal for your services. Okay. I think one of them is okay, we are doing the valuation and then we can get in 10 minutes. But is there any operation hours involved? Because like if I do it in the middle of the night, like 11 p.m.
Okay.
So do I get it in 10 minutes or?
Okay, that's a very good question as well. Okay, so for JetVal, so for JetVal, like we say, this is being done by our actual valuers. So I'm afraid that we have actually working hours or operating hours for JetVal. So for the operating hours for JetVal is from Monday to Friday is from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then for Saturdays, we are operating from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. These are the official operating hours, but not to worry. So if you request indicative within this period, right, you will get back a reply, say is either 10 minutes or 30 minutes based on the indication, based on the property that you have been requested. If you are out of these operating hours, you can still request it. No worries. You can request. Once you request, right, all the requests will be into our system. And then whenever our valuers are working overtime or stuff like that, or they are in the system and they happen to see your indication, they can actually reply it too. But we can't promise when it will happen if it's out of operating hours. But for now, we see there are valuers that are working off hours as well. So yeah, sometimes you will get a reply then. Yeah.
Okay, maybe just share some personal experience for myself.
Yeah.
I did one. I think I was a little bit bad. I did it about maybe 12:30 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so I got the reply, but it's by email. So I got it back by email. I think the report took about 11 hours. But at least I can actually assure this statement that the valuation is actually done by real valuer and not
Yes.
a digital robot or anything
Correct,
behind
correct.
that do auto reply.
Yeah.
You see, I think the quality of the product is there, the service is
Correct,
there.
correct.
Okay, yeah, thank
Yeah,
you on that.
because I think this app actually helps for properties that actually more going towards landed properties where information is getting lesser and lesser, and because for algorithm to work, you need to have much information and also a lot of comparables to come up with the algorithm. So there is, yeah, so for app we consider in mind that, and then that's why we come up with the idea where we still want to have a valuation, valuer's personal touch, and also their their sense of valuation to give you the real time valuation also. So our indicative valuation, you wouldn't see the same value keep coming out again. Yeah, it depends heavily on your purpose of your valuation actually. Yeah, because we created this app actually is to help facilitate agents and also, yeah, for clients, consumers to actually have a better understanding of the indicative, and then, yeah, have a better sense to prepare themselves in the sense of financial wise. Yeah.
Okay. I think your popularity is getting more and more. I think now I have people from the commercial sector asking me questions.
Yes.
So does your valuation report so-called support for commercial as well? I think we are getting more and more people to be interested, like shop houses, offices, warehouses, all these kind of
Oh yes, of course. So yes, we do all properties. So from indication all the way to form. So the front part is just the indication first, and then if you would need a full formal valuation, means a proper valuer will come down for the inspection, arrange for inspection of the property, come down, assess the property already. Then we'll go back and then we'll do the full report, and then it'll be signed off by a licensed valuer. So this report can actually, depending on the purpose, you can actually use this report to submit to law firm, to HDB, to CPF withdrawal, CPF board, yeah, for this kind of different purposes correct. So yeah, and we do all properties.
I think so. I think we want to refresh it. You were saying that you can use this valuation for. I thought the HDB site is only limited to HDB panel or HDB internal
Correct.
valuation.
Oh, sorry. Okay, just to add on, for HDB, right? HDB sales and purchase, you cannot buy from us. Because what you need for
they
HDB site. Correct. So because since 2014 when they changed the whole system, right, where once a property is being transacted, only the buyer can request for the valuation report, and then once you request that with your option to purchase and stuff, then the HDB will assign a panel valuer, a random panel valuer to do the valuation. So rest assured, we are also one of the panel valuer for HDB. But of course, we can't, for sales and purchase purposes, we can't do. You can't buy our report and then give to HDB. It doesn't work this way. We still have to go to the original process where you submit the request to HDB, and then they will appoint the random valuer. But for HDB wise, what we can do is our report can actually do is for maybe you can do it for marketing purposes. Like if you want to give the report to your buyers to actually advise them this is the valuation of the property. Yeah, you can do that as well. Yeah, okay. So it's more of, for HDB, it's more of that kind. Correct.
Okay, another more interesting question we have here. Yeah. Okay, do your valuation based on property value or size, or is actually $400 for everything? Yeah, okay. Example now maybe it's just a 2-bedroom condo.
Yeah.
What happens if the property is a $10 million landed property?
Oh yes. Oh, you mean you're asking about the valuation fees, is it?
Yes, the valuation price.
Okay. So the valuation fees, yes. So our formal valuation fees is being tagged the property type, the quantum of the value. Most importantly is the quantum of the value instead of the size, because we are more of how to say, it's more of the responsibility of the value of the valuers lah. So so normally once you request for indicative first, and then once we give the indicative value, then from there, right, you can actually from there you can actually see how much is the formal valuation report really. Yeah, so
Okay.
you don't have to, yeah, so it's straight. Once you get the indicative, you definitely get the pricing for the valuation report. So for easy properties like strata properties, there's under 2 mil, 1 mil this kind, you can expect quite a good fee lah.
Okay, so can I think we are getting more and more. I think we are leaving Singapore as well. We have people asking, do you do property valuation like out of Singapore, like Malaysia, what, Thailand?
Okay.
I have to ask from the group.
Okay, so very interestingly, so we actually Cushman & Wakefield does glass valuation for other countries as well. But it depends on the purpose and also the most of the purpose and also what's the use for the valuation report. But this app doesn't support international properties for now. So what you can do is actually you can email straight to us, and then we can reply to you from via email. Yeah. So yeah, but you can't request from the app. It's so now for now the app is only for Singapore-based properties.
Okay, good,
Yep.
good. Because I think I also feel that we should not be actually out of Singapore, but no choice. I think
No, that's okay. Out of Singapore is also fine. Like people, there's
Mm.
also investment opportunities out of Singapore, ma. So yeah, no worries. You can just email us, and then we can actually see how we can help to assist further from there.
Okay, there's another question here.
Yep.
Is that sales and purchase valuation, will it be two different figures, so-called standard indication and standard indication value and match value? Or
Sorry again.
there's this question from one of the crowd, is that the type of sales and purchase valuation, will it be two different figures, so-called the standard indicative value and match value?
I'll take that question, sure, if you like. So basically, I think the question's getting at like the driver and what's the purpose of the sale and the purchase, or why do we need to know? Do we need to know what's going on within the actual sort of the request? And that's one of the reasons why we actually ask those questions within the app, because like all valuations, it's an art, not a science. And we all know that when a property is being negotiated, there's a reasonable range in which a property valuation can sit. And so while we prefer not to have two different sort of indication figures floating around the market, obviously when there's requests coming through, we're trying to basically validate the value, and if we are able to match a value which has been provided to us, we will do that, because as I said, we're here to enable the process, obviously assuming that we can validate the actual property value, and we're comfortable with it. And of course we know that all properties, they have a range. That's essentially the art of property valuations.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
actually I saw the
roughly,
list. Or you want me to answer all those on the Q&A?
I think the Q&A, we have quite a long list, because I think everyone is very interested in what we are having here. You guys are hidden gem.
Let me see. Okay, so I think I saw there's one. The report is valid for how long? So for indicative, right? For indicative and formal valuation report, they are valid for 3 months. But for indicative wise, I would suggest if you are nearing a certain stage or certain point of a transaction, you can actually request it again to confirm the valuation, the indicative valuation. Yeah, but for formal valuation report, which is actual valuer coming down to do the inspection and then do the report, it valids for 3 months.
Okay. 3 months. I think that's quite a standard.
Correct. That's a standard
date, quite a standard date.
Correct.
Okay. And we have another sensitive question here.
Yep.
Are the valuer employed staff of JetVal? Because the concern is that
okay.
Privacy issue, I think security
Understand
issue.
also. Yep.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So JetVal is our partner. They are the more of the tech side doing this JetVal the application. So for valuers, they are employed under, we are from Cushman & Wakefield and also Premas Valuers. So information indicative that you are being requested through this app definitely wouldn't be revealed to any other party besides yourself and the banker, if you were to tag the banker lah. Because likewise, it's the same thing like traditional way where you give your address to the banker. The banker also will give us the address, the full address to indicate, because we really need the entire property address to actually indicate the right value. So because from the address itself, we can find information such as the confirmed size and stuff. So rest assured, the information of property that you are requesting wouldn't be exposed to any other parties. It will be definitely only from the valuation firm side of things. Yeah. Correct. Because this is more of to, yeah, like we say, this is more, we created this app is more of to enable agent and then give them a free, easier process to order formal valuation from us. And also, yeah, and get a quicker response rather than, it wouldn't be as immediate as those algorithm platform, but we can assure that the value we give is, how to say, is more within the range, more within, yeah.
Okay, Ken.
Yeah.
I think we have okay. I think we have been given enough question. We should be any more question from the crowd before I think I give Justin a break to have a cup of drink.
No,
I think we'll be blasting him with a question
problem.
non-stop. Oh, I got a long question
So
here.
there is it the one if I represent seller?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to answer that?
Yeah. Okay. So the question I think from one of them, from NG is if I represent seller, indicative show 5.8. When I do a review and ask for 6 mil, and if I can match, and then if a buyer's agent would ask for indication on a buyer's behalf, what number will be given to the buyer's agent? Okay. So this is a very good question. So keeping in mind, we are open to all agents as well. So different agents may be serving for different purposes. So for your instance, you are representing the seller, and then you are asking for indication on this property. So we do actually consider this factor as well. So what we'll do is that, say for example, my indication is 5.8, right? And then if you do a review to ask for 6 mil, and if we can match at 6 mil, we will still give you at 6 mil. But our range will actually, our comments, right, will have a range saying that it's from 5.8 to 6 mil. So say another scenario, the same property, now the buyer agent asks for indication on the buyer's behalf, and then they will be selecting purchase purposes. And then for your end, you'll be selecting sales purposes, right? So because our indicator is following the purpose of the valuation, but our values floating around wouldn't be how to say, not consistent. So for instance, for this buyer, they come in, say example, if he's requesting for indicative and his purchase value is say 5.8, we will still give him we will show him the main value as 5.8, but we also will provide the comments that say 5.8 to 6 million is the range. I hope that helps answer the question. Yeah.
So I hope NG actually got the answer. Okay, if there's a fee, we still got quite a few. No, there's no fee.
There is no fee.
There's no fee.
Correct. Yeah. So JetVal app, right, is free. The indications are also free. So indication valuations that we give you, there is no fee involved in that. So, but hopefully you guys can actually support us. Like if your client will need formal valuation report for non-financing purpose, like they want to submit to lawyer for some stamp purpose, audit purpose and stuff like that, you can actually encourage them to actually request a formal valuation for us, and then we can provide that service to you. Yeah.
For HDB value paid, will it be close to valuation by HDB appointed valuer?
So HDB will be close to the value. Okay, so this is also a very good question. For HDB valuation, right? Okay, while we are on the HDB panel valuation firm, right? We can't comment on other valuation that other valuers that come on site, and also how to say, it will definitely it wouldn't be the same. As in, it might be the same, or it wouldn't be the same. We can't really comment on their valuation. But what we can do is, as best as we can, we will provide you the indicative value to our best to our best knowledge. But yes, it wouldn't be. It might be close. Yes, but we really cannot comment on how other valuers work. Yeah. I think there's a. What is the subscription rate of this app? There is no subscription fee for this app. It's totally free. Indication is also free. You can submit as much indication that you are doing for the listing. How do we earn is through this right? We would hope your support by helping us to promote, encourage the client to engage us on to do formal valuation report on non-financing purposes lah. Yeah, so that's how, and it's also we are also getting the exposure for like for marketing purposes also, correct? So yeah. Is there any other?
So far, I think we have wow, it's just okay, I think this is the last question we'll be answering. I think we need to give Justin a break. Is authorized valuer for which bank?
Okay, Teresa, for JetVal, right? JetVal is the how to say, is the platform for this app. But the valuers that is actually giving out the value is Cushman & Wakefield and Premas Valuers. So they are authorized valuation firm in their respective major bank panels, correct? So while like those banks that you tag, right? If you are tagging a certain banker, that those bankers are within the panel of the firm. Yeah. So yeah, it's recognized that that's why you can rest assured that definitely there's one valuer, like if we give you the indicative value, definitely our firm can actually assure you that this valuation, we can support the valuation indicative. Yeah.
Okay, I think we have answered enough question. For those who have actually more question, maybe you can actually try to use the apps. I think from JetVal, actually there is actually a chat function where you can actually ask the question to them directly, because I think the whole idea here today is actually to introduce this service to all the agents, so that we all can benefit from it, as well as actually making a win-win situation to introduce clients to also to JetVal, for them to make a living lah. If not all use free one, then how they actually sustain themselves in the market also. So hope that this actually runs well for everybody here. So please just download the apps. I think it can be downloaded from the App Store as well as the Play Store. Okay. If not, you can also go to the website of JetVal website to actually for all this. So IEA here will hope that to share all these useful tools for all agents in the market, to let all agents to actually have a better market living based on current situation. So thanks Justin, and also thanks Chris for the great time. Yeah. For all the things that we actually have provided today. Okay, so stay tuned. We will be actually having the upcoming next networking event, which is in 17 March. Okay, for those who are actually keen to know how frequent or how much events that IEA is actually sharing, please, you can actually leave your contact with us. We can actually register you as part of the member. Of course, there's a fee involved. So being part of IEA, you will see the benefit of all these networking session, sharing session, and the CBD classes that we have. Okay. So let me repeat the apps again. So the apps which is actually we are introduced today is JetVal. Okay, JetVal. Okay, so you can download the apps and ask questions directly to JetVal themselves to see how maybe I think understand some of you do not actually have it's not under their panel lah. So you have to just add them in, request to be added in. Then after that, from there you can actually use the apps itself. Hopes this do well for everybody. Great afternoon. I think anything else from Chris, Justin?
No. Thank you very much for your time, Shaw, and everyone else who listened today. And please reach out via the app, and we hope we can support you with your endeavours in the industry.
Thank you. Yeah. So thanks for everybody's attendance today. Anything, please just actually you can drop us a message. I think we have leave our contact here by the side. For those who are keen to join IEA member, you can just click the link and we'll actually get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you again. So if there's nothing else, we will end the session today. So hope to see you soon for the next networking session on 17 March. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Bye.